Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 5 of 7. 7 things that can affect your self confidence. I was about to do this live this morning, but I kind of got sidetracked. So I went to the doctor, and of course, that's just dreaded. It was to do some blood work, and it's like, okay. And to get on what I call the dreaded fat machine. the scale. So when I got on the scale, she told me to stand back. So they have the scale where I don't have to see the numbers. So I thought that was great. And then when she told me what the number was, I was like, you know what? This is the 5th thing that can affect our self-confidence. And it's stress. It is stress. I knew I had gained weight. I knew I hadn't been eating the way that I should. I knew the numbers were going to go up. But somehow I wanted to step on that scale this morning. And I wanted the numbers to say something totally different. I wanted the numbers to be low, a lot lower than what they actually were. So the 5th thing that can affect our self-confidence is stress. Because when we get stressed in certain areas, we don't pay attention to what it is that we're eating. When we get stressed, we don't exercise the way that we should. We don't do the things that we should be doing when we're under stress. And then we get to a point, like a doctor's appointment, where we have to stand on a scale. And then we go, oh my gosh, it's a lot worse than what I thought. And I don't know, I gotta stop eating for like the rest of my life or something. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. We just have to breathe and understand that it's a process. So something that I have learned over time is that when I stress, I do a lot of things that are not good for me. I do a lot of unhealthy things when I'm stressed, and eating junk food is one of those things. So I can't blame the scale when I get on it and it's telling the truth, and I want it to lie to me. I want it to say, no, this number is really lower than what it is. But stress can affect our self-confidence. And how, you may say. So let's say you've been on a journey and you've been trying to lose weight, or you've been on a journey and you've been trying to accomplish something, and everything that you do, nothing seems to help. Like my body composition, whatever it is, when it determines that I'm trying to eat less or do some other type of stuff to get some pounds to kind of go away, it's like the pounds go, no, don't try to get rid of me. And it's like they hold on for dear life. They don't shred. They don't go. And then if I get on the scale every day, it's like, oh, I don't even know why I'm doing this. Why am I going to the gym every day? Why am I doing all this stuff? The scale is not moving. And it causes me, I know, to stress out. And what does stress do? Cause me to do other unhealthy things, like eat the stuff that I shouldn't be eating, that's going to give me the results that I don't want. So what I want us to focus on is not allowing stress to affect our self-confidence. It is not worth it. So what I learned today, what I discovered today, what I accepted today, when the nurse read off the numbers, I said, you know what? I'm going to embrace every pound. I'm going to embrace it. Now, that does not mean I'm not going to work on my health and work on my eating habits and my exercise and all these things that I need to do. But what I'm not going to do is let it cause me to not feel as confident in myself as I should be. I'm not going to let it affect my self-confidence. You know what? When I put on that shirt, if that's how I look in that shirt, I'm going to flaunt how I look in that shirt until I look something different. I'm going to embrace who I am, because something else that I realized is that I'm battling. I call it battling. It's like the same little 20 pounds that I try to get rid of. I get rid of some of it. It comes back, and sometimes it brings friends. But it's this back and forth thing with technically the same weight. So I'm going to not let it affect my self-confidence. If somebody have a problem with what they see when they look at me, then that is their problem. Because I love me. And a big part of stressing out is we begin to forget not loving ourselves. We begin to not like ourselves. We begin to do things because it's like, oh, I really don't like who this person is. I don't like who she is. She's not being who I want her to be. And we sabotage her, and it's stress. And then when you go to the doctor the next year, you've added weight on top of that weight. And so then you're just further dug under. So I want us to focus on this fifth thing that can affect our self-confidence is stress. Is think about the things that are stressing you out and how you are reacting to those things, and how they're negatively affecting your body, your spirit, your mind. And say, you know what? Do what I did this morning when I got those numbers. I see you. I acknowledge you. You exist, and you may not exist for long because I'm not satisfied with you number. So I'm going to try to eradicate you. But in the meantime, while you're still here, while I'm in the process of eradicating you, I'm going to embrace who you are upon. I'm going to embrace myself. I'm not going to stress out. When you have that assignment at work and you have that deadline, and you may be the type of person to be like, oh, I live for the deadline, but it stresses you out. So you're not getting sleep. So now you're suffering from insomnia and all of the stuff that adds stress to us. It affects our self-confidence because you go into work and you didn't finish the project, or you looked over something, or you left something out, or this happened or that happened, or you stood up and you forgot, and it all stresses you out, and you leave and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. And all you want to do is sleep because you didn't get any sleep. So let's pay attention to our stressors, the things that tend to stress us out. Let's pay attention to how we respond to them. And let's see if we can do a little something different so that our self-confidence is not affected. Is not affected. I am more than my weight. You are more than one project. You are more than anything that could possibly stress you out. So the fifth thing that can affect our self-confidence, only if we let it, is the amount of stress that we allow in our lives. And it's very hard. We have to focus in. But if you get that stress off of you, it tightens up your shoulder. It does stuff. It affects our health. That's what it does. And then we're like, oh, I can't walk as much as I used to. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. And it affects our self-confidence. Stress is a confidence snatcher, and it is time to snatch it back because you have it in you. Can you imagine the things that you could do if you had your self-confidence at its optimal level, and all of these things that we deal with don't affect us the same way? It doesn't mean that we're not going to deal with them, because like I said, got on the scale. I got to deal with that. So it's not like we're not going to deal with them. It's how we're going to allow that thing to affect how we see ourselves. And I am perfectly made just the way I am, with or without the extra pounds. But I want to be healthy. I want to treat my temple right because I want to be able to accomplish the things that I was created to do. So instead of stressing out and, stop eating for a week, a day, an hour, let's be truthful. Instead of stop doing something and adding more stress to myself, I'm going to find another way to deal with it so that it doesn't affect my self-confidence, so that I can accomplish the things that I was created to accomplish. So that's my challenge to you today. Do not let stress affect your self-confidence. Don't let it do it. Don't let it do it. Thank you for joining me today. This is day 5 of 7. So we have 2 more days to go. There are 2 more things that I have to share with you that affect our self-confidence. And hopefully after these 7 days are over, you will be able to determine what's affecting your self-confidence. And it's not that you're not self-confident, but it may be that your self-confidence needs some work. And so what are the areas that are affecting it so that you can be at your optimal level? Because that is how you were created to be. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today. This is Donna Davis Presents.